Can someone in New York hand you the keys for a week and let you run, let them run it? You run it, and are we getting some stars, or are you run it to the ground?
I'd probably run it into the ground, but I'd have a hell of a good time doing it.
Guys, first off, congratulations on the series, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So Jude, I'm going to start with you. Besides starring on the series, of course, you also produce the series, and then you get Jason Bateman alongside for the ride. So I wanted to ask you, you got two brothers that are different, and then you got two actors that are different too. So as a producer, how did you guys decide on who was portraying who? Was it already set on stone, or did it evolve when Jason joined the project?
That's a good question. Honestly, looking back, the biggest contribution I made feels like just really supporting the work these two were doing and believing in the piece and helping it be realized. And almost every time someone came on board, it felt like an addition to a very collaborative family. It felt like decisions were made quite organically and by counsel, as opposed to sort of like, you know, it has to be like this, or I want to do it like this, or I want to play that part. And so I can only really speak about Jason because my involvement was very early on, and my personal attraction to Jake as a role was that I felt like I'd met Jakes before and seen them at work, and I just thought to analyze a character like that was going to be great fun, a challenge, and interesting, and unlike some of the parts I've played in the past, it felt fresh. With Jason, we all wanted to go to him as a director because we'd admired his work as a director, and we thought he was going to bring out tonally something dark, familial, and warm in its heart, but full of drama and violence and humor. And then it became pretty obvious that we should also consider him as one of the brothers, and we quite like the idea that it played against, I think, parts he's played before. So that was a very long answer to...
That's a good answer. And it was awesome seeing the contrast, like what we've already seen maybe with Bateman and with yourself, and it was awesome, the dynamic. Zach, Kate, obviously the story is about the relationship, both the good and the ugly between siblings. So I wanted to ask you guys, as creators, why was this appealing to both of you, and how fun was it to explore this family dynamic?
I mean, certainly has nothing to do with our families or our relationships with our siblings. I mean, I think that's, you know, along with this idea of this kind of melting pot of New York, you know, the real impetus of the show was this relationship between these brothers. And I mean, it was incredibly rewarding, obviously, to get to see Jude and Jason take on those roles and bring out sort of hopefully every dimension of what a sibling or familial relationship is like, where there's both this adoration and, you know, incredible love and affection, and then also, you know, at times a really toxic codependency that I think can exist in a lot of different relationships in your life.
I also think, like, as I've seen the show so many times and really worked on it, the vulnerability of both characters, especially in relationship to each other, is so fascinating. I think, you know, Jake in particular puts on such an air of easygoing, affable, you know, kind of lets things slide off his back. But the vulnerability around Vince is so interesting for us to see and witness and write. And same with Vince, you know, he kind of laughs things off and is a fuck up, but Jake really brings, you know, this like low moments from him. So that like vulnerability that only your sibling can like really dig into was something that was fun to play with and write.
I think it's awesome because I have a brother, and people around the world, when they see the series, are gonna identify themselves with, because I identified with Jude's character, and my brother is definitely Jason Bateman. It's gonna be awesome. Quickly before wrapping
does
up,
he know that?
I'm gonna tell him. Did you know, Jude? Did you know anything at all about the restaurant world before doing this? And now that you're done, do you feel you could handle it in real life? Can someone in New York hand you the keys for a week and let you run, let it run it? You run it, and are we getting some stars, or are you running it to the ground?
I'd probably run it into the ground, but I'd have a hell of a big time doing it. I mean, all I really knew were the places, you know, that you go to, and there are so many in this great city of New York. You know, places that I've always enjoyed going to and having fun at and eating well and being, you know, looked after. And I think these guys very early on likened it to putting on a show, and there are references to that in the series. And so that aspect was familiar, a kind of a crew, a cast, a front of house, an audience arriving, a sense that here we go, folks, showtime. We've got a matinee today and an evening show, and we better be on. And you forget yesterday's, and it's all about tonight. That kind of smile and a shoe shine approach is something, you know, I've done in the theatre, and I guess to a point with film work. Really, honestly, I stick by what I said. I think I would. If I were given the keys to a place, it would be a blast for a week, and then we'd either be shut down, burnt down, I don't know, burnt out.
You're being too hard on yourself. At least a star, maybe. I have a star. So, guys, again, congratulations on the series, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Mr. Law, I first saw you, I think I was 19 years old here in Puerto Rico when I saw you on the big screen in Talented Mr. Ripley. So I want to say thank you for all the awesome work you've been doing throughout the years, including Star Wars recently, which was awesome to see you in Star Wars.
My pleasure. Thank you for saying that. That's really kind.
So again, thank you guys, and saludos desde Puerto Rico.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.